Hello, you beautiful weebs of the internet, and welcome back to Face Swap Fridays, the best place on the internet to have your favorite characters ruined quicker than an anime mom can die. I know. Hey, had to say it though, we had to say it, we all know. Anyway, let's get right into it with an example. So I will show you a stunning mix of two characters, something just like this. Don't worry, the nightmares do go away eventually. But I need you to give me three things down in the comments for an answer. Number one is the number of the swap in the bottom left-hand corner. Number two is the face character featured in the swap. And number three is the body character featured in the swap. Now there's a one submission per user limit, so no matter what you comment, we'll only be accepting your first comment as a possible answer, and the quickest person to guess the correct answer will be featured in next week's episode, just like these winners from last week. Swap number one was identified as Jet from Cowboy Bebop and Edward Elric. Swap number two was in fact Hatsune Miku and Mob. And number three was not correctly guessed, but it is Death the Kid and Kiki. Now keep in mind that there could be some trick questions as well, so if you see an answer that you think is right already, you could drop any potential other answers to trick questions in the comments as well. There's also a fourth comment spot, which goes to the person who can give us the funniest caption, explanation, description, whatever you can think of for one of the swaps. And I think last week's deserves a nice dramatic reading. He's making that stupid frickin' face behind me again, isn't he? I'm not even gonna look. I hate that stupid frickin' face he makes so much. Now this fourth spot will also have the one comment per user stipulation, so no matter what you comment for it, we're only going to be accepting your first submission. But with all those rules out of the way, we can go ahead and get back to destroying your favorite anime, but before we start, I must ask you a question. Do you have the balls to handle this one? Now, that's taking Shadow Clones to a whole new level. I'm just saying. Now, that one was a bit of a swift kick right in the childhood, so for number two, we'll go with something a little bit more modern, but I think this one could leave a stain in your head. This one was a bit of an endeavor to make, or you could at least say it's half of one. Thinking about that show always makes me wonder a little bit if I could have a superpower, or maybe I do even have one. Maybe we all have superpowers, and we just don't know about them yet. They're just there and latent, but I'm a little bit worried for myself because I really don't think being a jackass in a suit really counts as a superpower. And that's really all I've got going here. Anyway, we'll move on to swap number four, which answers one of the most important questions I will ever ask in my life. And that is, what if two completely exact opposites got together and one of them stole the face of the other one and then took the most haunting selfie to ever exist? The formula says we should have a joke here, but let's be real, there really isn't anything you can say after that. Clearly that last image should prove to you that there is no better way you could be spending your Friday than watching an insane man on the internet present horrendously weird images that make you question your sanity, reality, and really just how we could create something so evil, but we always just blame the producer. It's just easier that way, really. Anyway, that wraps things up for this episode. So go ahead and get those comments coming in down below if you have any answers to the swaps or want to test out your comedic disposition. Share with some fellow weebs and go ahead and subscribe for bi-weekly episodes, as well as a lot of other content we have on the channel as well. Have any ideas for a swap? Well, go ahead and drop them to us on Twitter using the link in the description below. Anyway, have a great weekend, And thank you for swapping up your Fridays with us.